Audio good this time? Yeah, you got me?
Sounds good.
Cool, cool. Yeah, so we're back in part two with Cagliostro. Said it right that time?
Somehow right.
Said Cagliostro, the singer of Attic.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah, so they either love him or they hate him, it seems like. Seems like there's no in between. They either praise the hell out of you or they say, fuck this guy. Just sounds like King Diamond. It seems like there's no in between. Like I don't hear anybody saying, oh, it's just okay. Would you kind of agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. But that's the best thing with this vocal style because I hate it when people say, "Oh, it's okay. I can turn it on when I do like yeah homework or doing sports or something." It's not like Nickelback. So yeah, you love it or you hate it.
You certainly don't like shit like Nickelback, do you?
No, my girlfriend is really into Nickelback actually.
Oh, yeah.
So sometimes I have to listen to it. And yeah, that's a band I really can say from the bottom of my heart, it's okay.
Okay. I truth be told, I never actually fucking heard it. It's the I just figured it's most bottom of the barrel garbage. Just one time at a card party, my dad's like, Nickelback's pretty good. And everybody made fun. Dude, that band is fucking terrible.
They are very easy listening, and that's the whole point. They know what they are doing. It's not like they are doing shit and try to do something else. They
Okay.
know exactly what they are doing there.
Now, stuff I know I have heard, like I've heard songs and I can't stand is definitely bands like Creed. People from
Creed
the
Creed is even worse. It's
that
like
that
this.
yeah, I think that shit is unfucking listenable.
Yeah, we had it in the attic chat like 2 weeks ago. We were talking about a live performance at the Super Bowl, where they
Oh,
did the song "Higher" with, and there were like pyros with American flag colors and cheerleaders and everything. It was so over the top and so cheesy and yeah.
so you guys like yourself over there. I guess I don't really thought about it much because I know like soccer is really popular over there. Your guys'
Yes.
football. You guys watch like for this our American football, like the Super Bowl yourself. Like you'll watch that.
Yeah, only this like this halftime break here in the middle where they do like a special show.
Oh,
I
so
don't
you're
like
not
the sport.
so you're
No,
not part of.
I don't into sports, but
Yeah, same.
I'm not into to like soccer here in Germany either. Max is our football our soccer guy. Uh, he's really into it, but
Yeah.
I have no idea. I watch some boxing and K1 and stuff and Ultimate Fighting. I like it a lot, and I like snooker. Sometimes I watch snooker, but
Right.
that's all. No sports at all
Oh, okay,
besides
okay.
that.
So you're just pretty much just in like metal music. I'm assuming horror movies and the occult. I mean, is that pretty much all your interests? Like,
No, no, not at all. I have a lot of interests. Like I don't know if it's interesting to tell you, but I'm really into like insects and stuff. Like yeah, anthropologist. I wanted to be one, but
okay, yeah. Now,
singing is way better than.
but like you like the I'm assuming like the occult and Satanism, like you're actually like kind of like into it. So I mean, like I get that vibe. And do you write all the lyrics?
Yes, I write all the lyrics. Yes.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
So
that's just let's call it a hobby. I'm not a full-time Satanist or something, so that's just it's just interesting.
what if somebody was to ask you, like, let's say a normie, somebody outside the metal scene, maybe they're Christian, but not like super devoted Christian. They go to church,
Yeah.
once a year. And if you're just having casual conversation, and if they asked you, not in a demeaning way or judgmental way, but if they just casually asked you, "Are you a Satanist?" What would you say? What would you say yes or no, or how would you define yourself?
I never considered myself as a Satanist
Okay.
because I'm yeah I'm like an atheist
Okay.
all my life because I don't believe in anything. But that's also true for some Satanists who define themselves that way.
Yeah.
But I'm not that kind of a guy who says I'm a Satanist to be like the edge lord of a conversation with a
Okay.
normie. So no, but I like it to talk a lot about religion and stuff, especially with very religious people. It's like, yeah, fun. Sometimes it's very angry discussion, but I can get my fun out of it because
It's
it's
funny you say that. I actually I enjoy the topic myself in the conversation. If they can have a mature and open-minded conversation, when they start getting all mad and yelling and opinions, I don't like that because I was like, it's at the end of the day, it's opinions. I mean, it's one thing if you're attacking them, but
yes,
if you were asked your opinion and you give it, like, why are you giving upset? Like, you legitimately proposed the question. Just like, and I don't follow politics at all, but holy fuck, especially ever since like COVID and stuff, don't
yeah.
you dare talk about politics. I mean, dude, I've seen people damn near get into fist fights, you
I
know?
know it's getting worse with every year. I guess you can't have
Agree.
any opinion, and it's when I grew up, it was totally okay to have friends like in today we would say like in another bubble. So if you're a right wing guy or a left wing guy, so or you believe in some bullshit, I don't know, some conspiracy shit. It doesn't matter if you're good friends. But today everything is like my friends, all my circle of friends have to be like in the same very 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 specific bubble.
It's so funny you say that, and because I've noticed that myself and the way I'm like ever since I started this channel, people that watch very regularly, even every day, I guess assume they think they know me, and it seems like everybody got it wrong because there's one group that they think I'm on their, let's just say, the right side. They think he's a Nazi, he's a racist, he hates everything, he's a sexist. All they think that, which
Yeah.
is furthest thing from the truth. I'm not. And then there's the other side because I talk about shit. They think they're like, oh, dude, this guy, he's a liberal, he's a wokeist. Like I get both. I'm like, no. I was like, I'm in the middle. I was like, I just have my own ideas and shit like that I'll propose, and I
And
have
even
no
if you're
problem.
if you're not in the middle, it doesn't fucking matter for
Correct.
the content on your channel.
I was like, what you don't understand. I was like, whether you're on left, right, different sides. I was like, I can get along with you if you have your own beliefs and you kind of just keep it to yourself. If we just brought it up as conversation, I don't care. I was like, that doesn't bother me. I find it very weird when people like they get all upset about it. I was like, it's one thing if like I do not like Christians as a whole because they're very judgmental and they push it onto you. But
Yeah, they
I know
do.
plenty that don't, and I have no problem with it. They don't bother me at all. I say if you keep it to yourself and you're cool with me and you don't give me any shit, I'll get along with you. We can be best buddies. We can go out to dinner. You know,
I think in the US maybe there are way more people still that are very very Christian. I think in Europe or especially in Germany, it's very secular. It's you're only Christian on the paper, but you don't take it too seriously. But what you say about them that they are so, yeah, they have
blind or
so
closed minded.
so hard opinions and their judgment is immediately there if you do not what they think. And I think with music, it's so strange. I I talk to people who say they would never attend an attic show because what we are doing there with inverted crosses and stuff. And I say we don't have to talk about what we believe in our hearts. What's your belief, my belief, and what I is my opinion about Christianity or something that doesn't have to do anything with the actual show because that is a fucking show.
Mhm.
So they and no, I can do it, and then they go home, watch Netflix, and watch a documentary about a serial killer or a
Yeah,
fictional serial killer where people get murdered. Yeah,
I
are
know,
you into that? No,
100%.
it's
I know.
entertainment first of all. So
Yes. And it's a morbid curiosity. For example, like with the occult
yes,
or Satanism, or yeah, because I like watching documentaries on serial killers too. Again, dude, people take me out of context. I had one moron ask me, he's like, "Hey, who's your favorite serial killer?" I was like, I was like,
mm,
I don't have a favorite. I was like, if you ask me who did I find to be the most macabre and interesting to hear the
yeah,
storyline, it's like probably Albert Fish. I was like, but Albert
yes,
Fish,
very interesting. Yes,
yeah, I was like, that guy was such a fucking scumbag that he should have been skinned alive and burned to death. I was like, I'm not a fan of him, but
yeah.
his story was so out there that you can't help but be morbidly curious.
Yes,
You
and
know,
I think if you're like an open-minded Christian, you can absolutely watch an attic show and say, "Oh, I hate all of that, what I see. but it's entertaining. You can do
Well,
that. You, if you're
with that being,
a strong person in yourself, your personality, you can absolutely do that.
it's funny you say that too, because obviously the lyrics are, the cult and Satanism and shit like that.
Yeah,
But
sure.
a few things I kind of wondered, because I actually like your guys' lyrics quite a bit too. I think they're very, very, I don't know if they're not obviously well written, but I just enjoy them. Like as the stories. A few things that came to my mind is, especially on Sanctimonious, but all three albums, it seemed like that the albums that they were most inspired by was King Diamond the Eye with the nuns and Father Picard. I mean, is that accurate or that was just coincidence?
This is coincidence actually, but yes, you're right. This is the style that's yeah sounds the most like Attic lyric wise. So that's
And
right. But I always I think the most interesting stories are what's behind like a very clean facade, and Christianity, especially the Catholic Church, is like on the outside very clean and everything is great, but we all know that's not the case. So that's way more interesting than just bringing up like Satanism shit in your lyrics. You can do it, and it's fun, but not like for 4 or 5 albums. It's more interesting to explore like what's behind like this clean surface. That's also the reason why we wanted to have this very pristine white cover artwork. So that's should be the contrast. So and that's for me it's way more interesting. And I wanted to say this about the lyrics because I don't know if I was clear about that. It's not about because okay, let me say so many people they want a clear answer and they ask questions like are you serious with that
yeah.
or not? And that's the point is that's not a question to be answered. It doesn't fucking matter. So, no, it's not like, oh, this is so ironic. They are like Powerwolf. It's all cheesy. No, it's not cheesy. It's fucking serious music.
I think
And
what you're trying to say is basically how I word it. And actually, Alex Webster from Cannibal Corpse worded their lyrics. If they asked, you got some, I mean, killing people and stuff like that. Are you guys serious
yes,
about it? He's like, we are serious in the sense that it's not a joke, like, oh, it's a goof. He's like, it's serious because it's
yes,
supposed to be like scary topics, scary music, and having a pleasure. Like, he's like, but we're
exactly.
not. He's like, but we're not serious in the sense that we're trying to encourage people to go out and kill people.
Absolutely.
But
Yes.
yes, it's
And
not like that party thrash where it's like, hey, let's drink beers and party and fucking where it's a goofy fucking. Granted, that has its place at times too. I like a few bands that
of
are
course,
fun.
yes.
I mean, SOD, Speak English or Die, it's amazing. I mean, they got a song called Milk for fuck's sakes. I mean, I don't get any stupider than that. But Speak English or Die, that album is, and they weren't serious about that, but yet that they got to apologize for it because people were offended. I don't know.
Oh,
I think that album's brilliant, but it's just a big goofy album. You know what I mean? So
yeah, of course.
that has its place as well. So, but like for your guys' lyrics, like were all the I'm assuming all the characters, like the nuns and let's say the priest on the last song on the last record, Sonatus Horrenda, which is my
Mhm.
favorite song on the record, and I definitely hope you guys play that live. That's one of my favorite songs in the catalog. And I
Okay.
thought I gave it last year. I thought that was the best song to come out last year in the entire metal scene, easily. You guys did the music video for it was
Wow.
really good too. But I love the lyrics. I love I loved everything about it. But like for example, like the priest in there, is that like a completely made up character? And if so,
No,
like
no, that's the funny thing about it is that's a complete true story. The whole
okay,
the whole thing. So that's the most it's more or less the most over the top song on the whole record, and that's the one that the lyrics are actually true.
okay.
So that says a lot about the Catholic Church. Let me say that. Holy shit.
But maybe that's why I run because I said I love the lyrics and then your vocal tones too, especially when you the line "dig him up." It just
Hmm.
it literally just gives me goosebumps. Like I just thought it has an action again music like that to me that should have a feel. And there's very few things that I get an actual emotion feel to nowadays. Maybe because I'm getting older and and I do this for a living now and I'm
I
around
take
music.
it as a compliment that my
Yes,
dick makes you get goosebumps.
exactly. Yeah, you should. Fuck yeah. People send me shit all the time. I'm like, I don't know how much you see on the channel. People send me the reviews, and I'm like, they paid for it. I'm like, look, I'll give it a shout out. I was like, it sounds like another incantation or something. I was like, it doesn't suck. I was like, but I wouldn't go out and buy it. It's like, it's fine. I was like, it just
Mm.
sounds like another whatever, you know. But hey, if you like incantation, check out blah blah blah. You know what I mean? That's what most stuff is, because I think most stuff in even the last 10, 15 years in the metal scene, you don't, you put it on. I don't think it sucks. Like, shut this off. This is fucking
Mm.
Creed. This is terrible. But it's like it's just in the background. It's just there. You
Yeah,
know.
I read, or no, it was a bit of an interview with Nergal from Behemoth,
Okay.
and he recently said, like the interviewer wanted to get an advice from him for younger bands, and he immediately said, don't start a band, don't do it, because there's too many bands, too much music. It's a little like ridiculous when it comes from a multimillionaire like him.
Yeah. It's funny. That's actually really funny, because I actually said almost exactly the same thing somebody asked. I was saying it sarcastically, but it's one of my favorite lines from a good friend of mine, rest in peace, Jim Sadis. He's the drummer for Nunslaughter, and his line was like, "There's too many bands, not enough fans." And I was like,
Yeah, that's right. As I said, Nergal is a multimillionaire, and it's good for him. So it's coming from him. It's not that amazing, but in general, of course, he's right.
"Yeah,
There's too much people trying to grab attention, like like on Instagram, and not even only musicians. It's like influencers and
thousand
stuff, and
percent."
so many people. And my day has 24 hours, just 24 hours, and I can even answer your fucking emails. So this is the problem. And I get like 20 messages from fans, and it's way too much. It's like 18 messages too much. I can barely handle two of them each day, because to get my head free, and
Dude,
I had to
that's why.
clear my head and go to work and do stuff with my girlfriend and all this shit.
Dude, it's funny. That's why on my segment on my channel where I started the paid questions, I was like, if you want your question guaranteed answer, I was like, send $10 to this PayPal. And the reason I did it wasn't to make money. I told the story is because, like you said, you couldn't answer all your questions, right? Dude, people
Yes.
were emailing me and yelling at me. Dude, what the fuck? I asked a question in the comments, you never answered me. And I was getting yelled at for something. I'm like, whoa. I'm giving you a free video. I'm not going to be yelled at for not answering a goddamn question. So
Yeah.
I just said on video as a smartass, I was like, you want your question guaranteed answered, motherfucker. I was like, send $10 to this PayPal. I was like, and I'll definitely answer it then, because I'll see it, because it'll come straight to me. And I was like, and you pay, okay, I'll do it. And it just became a thing. I was like, oh, all right, I guess I'll just do this.
This is a
Because yeah, I
very,
was
very
literally
good
getting,
idea.
yeah, because I was getting abused for not fucking. What the fuck, man? I was like, I'm doing the best I can. I was like, and like it's I and just put it this way, like the email you saw, the service at Hell's Headbangers, I answer all those emails, dude. I get over 100 emails a day through that I answer. That's not even counting my personal email. Plus, I
God.
have a couple other email boxes I have to do, and I manage. I don't pack every single Hell's order. We get over 100 orders a day, every single day, over 100 orders.
That
I
sounds like
manage
my
getting those.
personal burnout. I did the attic web shop for like 10 years, and I was very slow and with doing all the dispatch and stuff, and I got hate mails and where is my package, and horrible. It was horrible.
Put it this way: when orders don't ship out within 24 hours, and a lot don't, they'll ship out within 48. Then when I leave and there's still orders sitting there, I'm legitimately upset. And that's pretty much every day. There'll be 10 left, 15 left. That to me is unacceptable. And people, like, they make fun of me and stuff like, oh, this guy's got an easy job. He just makes videos. I'm like, what the fuck are you
Mm,
talking? I was like, I've been doing Hell's Headbangers for 25 years. I was like, I started this goddamn channel just to advertise it. I was like, I'm doing this as extra. As I then I'm getting made fun of and
sure.
yelled at for not answering their silly ass, hey, do you like Behemoth, bro? I was like, first off, who cares? And second off, I'm not gonna be yelled at about it. So yes, I understand you're not being able to answer every goddamn thing. Well, actually, I haven't said that because you brought up Behemoth. I was kind of curious because I don't know. Do you like any like death metal? And I mean, you remember saying like Dissection is black metal. Do you like any death metal bands like let's say Deicide, Morbid Angel, anything like? Do you like any of that stuff or?
Of course, I cannot speak for the whole band. I can only speak for myself. I
Yeah,
I don't listen too much death metal. I listen to black metal, but like old school death metal, especially this like obituary or something, where some guy in a baggy pants and a big shirt is standing there and just doing his thing. That's no atmosphere at all, just pure. No,
Well, forget the baggy
it's not.
pants. Yeah, obituary. Fuck those hillbillies. What about fucking Deicide? That had an image, man. Get a fucking cross brand in his forehead. Don't get any more image than that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But no, I'm not into the music. Like
Yeah.
twice a year, I listen to Cannibal Corpse album, maybe an old album, and I
But what
think,
about
oh,
like
that's great what they're doing there, and
what
I
about
listen
like
to them live. Life is something different.
when you say you listen to them live, like for example, if Cannibal Corpse came to whatever's nearest by you, you would actually go up to that concert on your own time.
Yeah, if I have the time and they are nearby, of course, yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, you would actually go. But I mean, like, what about like what I call first generation death metal, which is like 80s, which is like, like Possessed, Death, Morbid
Yeah,
Angel,
Death.
Autopsy. Do
I
you like
like
it? Yeah.
Death.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a big fan of Death, but they also have yeah, they have very different styles throughout
Yeah, yeah,
their career, of course. So
yeah. But I mean, like the
but
death
I
metal
like
albums,
that.
like, but like Scream Bloody Gore and shit. Did you like?
Yes, yeah, it's this is so simple and dumb and right in your face. I like it a lot. It's good to while driving, but I don't like I would never, and I don't want to offend anyone, but I would never listen to a Bolt Thrower album or something where it's like lava
Are
riffs
you are you
and
just
like
bringing
death metal.
are you bringing some of these topics up because that's the bands I bring up on the channel? Or you're just that's just coincidence
No,
because both
that's coincidence,
because
definitely.
both because both are I've made fun of many times on the channel, even though I kind of like them, but I make fun of them. I was like I like their first couple albums and their demos, but I'm not like, for example, bands like Cannibal Corpse or Deicide, I like way more. And I just said, I was like, I think Bolt Thrower as a band that I like some stuff by, I was like, I think they're probably the most overrated death metal band in history, in my opinion.
I don't know. I'm not that much into the whole scene, the whole music that I have a strong opinion on that. But I do know that they have a lot of fans, and I
Yes.
saw them live at Rock Hard Festival in Gelsenkirchen, right
Are
next
they
to my hometown.
any good live?
It was for me. It was the same
Okay.
as on the records.
Yeah.
It was boring. I listened to three songs, and then
Boring.
it was boring for me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just funny that you bring that up because people get mad when I rip on Bolt Thrower. I was like, dude, I said I like the
Of
first two records.
course.
I just think they're overrated as fuck because the way I judge it is like when Hell's Headbangers gets their stuff in stock, it like flies out the door. I'm like, what the fuck? People like this band this much? I was like, there's like way better shit out there. I was like, well, whatever. So
Yeah.
it's just funny that you bring them up as well. Well, is there any like newer bands then that you do like, and not bands that and I always get the like when I ask, it's like not bands that you're friends with. Is there anybody who,
Mm,
and when I say new, I mean like within 10 years?
yeah, of course.
Is there any? Is there anybody that you legitimately do like?
Within the last 10 years, like Ghost is pretty good. I think they can be a big star someday. No, no, but I don't know. There's just so much. It's almost every new band that I really like is like classic heavy metal.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Well, what was like? Did you
Um,
like? Did you like Savage Master, or were you like, it's cool, I'll
yes,
tour? Did you
yeah.
like?
It's I never answered your question, if there was a question, because of the tour that obviously it doesn't happen. But that would have been great to be on tour in the
Agree.
US with Savage Master. I think it could have been a very great package, but
I
maybe
know.
maybe next time.
Dude, when that was presented to me, I was like, I think that's a really good idea. I was like, that's a perfect matchup. I was like, and we kind of work with Savage Master. They're on Shadow Kingdom Records, and we do the fulfillment. And
Mm.
I've met Stacy and shit, the front singer. I mean, I met her a couple. I doubt she knows who I am or remembers me or cares. But I've seen them live several times. They're good live. It was a good combo. I was like, I think that's a fantastic fucking matchup. Didn't even think of it. Great idea. Because then he
Yeah.
asked too, they're like, could they play? They're like, they'd be providing gear and shit for Attic. Could they be added onto your show? I was like, I was like, I would love to. I was like, but the problem is like 'cause with the 7 bands and the show starts at 5
Yeah,
p.m. I was like, it's already kind of tight. I was like, if I knew this ahead of time, I was like, 1,000% I'd put them on there. I was
yeah,
like, and I was like, and I already have 2,000 goddamn flyers printed up, and now our logos. And not that you can't, but it's
yeah.
just, but it fell through anyways. But when that idea was brought up, I thought that was a great idea. But new good band that yeah, like I wasn't sure if you guys were familiar with. I was like, oh, they might like them, you know.
Yeah, we met here in Essen.
Oh, you met
When
them? Okay, cool. Yeah,
yeah, we played together at a local festival.
yeah, they're nice folks.
Yeah, definitely. Very, very nice and yeah, great band. And also I want to mention Zuma Lands. They are also amazing. I like everything that the singer touches.
Zuma Lands?
Zuma Lands, yes. Is it pronounced right? I don't know.
How you spell?
Like SUM and then lands?
I don't know.
No?
No.
It's the singer who's now in Pagan Altar. He's replacing
Oh,
the
okay.
original singer, and
Yeah, no,
he's
yeah,
like in 7 bands
yeah,
or something. He's such an amazing vocalist, and he has an even greater band, which is more aggressive. But oh, that's
yeah. I'm sure. You know what? It's probably people are gonna make fun of me in the comments, like, dude, you got it unstuck in Hell's Headbangers, and I tell, I was like, dude,
yeah. I'm,
when
I'm
you
sure you have.
yeah, because we have over, I think it's at like 60,000, like over 60,000 titles in stock. So again, you and the boys come down to the warehouse, you're going to see how much shit we have. So when people are like, how did you not hear it? It's on your website. I'm like, dude, do you have any fucking idea how much shit's here? I was like, it is like, you're going to like, trust me, you're going to be like, holy fuck. I get, because everybody says that. They're like, dude, I've never seen so many fucking records in my life.
Yeah,
So
it's a lot, and then we're at this topic again that there's too many bands, too much
yeah,
attention,
you
and
can't listen to
you
everything.
have to listen to all of them, of course.
Exactly. I know exactly. I was like, it's overwhelming. So like, yeah, of course. I mean, I was like, there's
Before
shit
you
I don't
have it
know.
in your shop system, you have to get through the whole album and listen to every track.
Not only that,
Quality.
you got
This is quality management.
not on this. It's got to be this managed because now in our wimpy ass society we live in, I was like, you got to police your bands. You got to make sure there's nothing racist about them. You got to make
Oh,
sure you check their background. Otherwise, you
background
can't
check.
sell them. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I
Oh,
don't police these goddamn bands. I don't know what their personal history is. They're like, yeah, but they got Nazi topics in their lyrics. You think I'm sitting there looking through their booklets, homie? I was like, we trade with everybody. What comes in, comes in. It goes online. I don't know. I was like, half this shit I never even heard.
yeah,
So yeah, but we get that too now. I was like, yep, I just sit
yeah,
there and I
of
police
course.
every last piece.
Of course,
So
in Germany, it's even
oh
a bigger problem. Of course, it's the issue is yeah, it's a bigger problem if you have like Nazi lyrics because of our history, obviously. But in the US, yet
yeah, but you guys are like,
who is
okay,
expecting to like that you check everything?
right,
And every, especially when it's like NSBM and there's like you cannot understand the lyrics. You
right.
literally have to look into the booklet to see. Oh, that's the Kyle.
Well, plus my
So
and to be complete full transparency, I believe in freedom of speech. If someone wants to be NSBM and they want to see by Nazis, I think they're allowed to. If you don't want to buy it, just don't buy it. I don't listen to that stuff. I'm not a fan of it, so I don't buy it. And I think that that's their right. They can sing about whatever the fuck they want because I don't like canceling like free speech because then it gets slippery. Because then it's like, hey, cancel Cannibal Corpse. And actually, it's kind of funny. I just found out about that. It's like you're in the country, which maybe you can confirm or deny, or you're maybe like, I don't care about that shitty band. Like, I don't know. Like, there is their first like what is it, 4 records or whatever? They still banned over there. They can't play them live. Is that still a thing?
it is. Yes, I think
See, that's crazy.
they just fuck it. They play Hammer Smash Face and stuff anyways. But
Oh, do they?
I'm not sure if it's still on the index, but it was a few years ago. Maybe it's off the index now, but not for long. Not for long. So now they can play it, and before they had to pay like
I
yeah.
think it was 10,000 Deutschmarks. That's what Jack Owen said in an interview
Well,
once.
that's quite a lot for one
That's what he
song.
said. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that's true. There's an interview, and I'm almost positive it was Jack Owen or Alex
Hmm.
Webster. They say for each song without a lot of play, we have to pay. I'm almost positive he said 10,000 Deutschmarks. I'm almost positive.
It's definitely possible. Yes.
Now, okay, so that's your homeland. What is your opinion on that? What do you think? Because I mean, I you hear Americans' opinions all the time. Fuck what an American thinks. We don't live over there. What is your honest take on that?
On this whole cancel culture and
Yeah,
freedom of
yeah,
speech thing. Yeah, that's not too easy to question because the biggest problem in this discussion is you cannot draw a specific line. That's always the problem. Freedom of speech is like without boundaries, and that's a good thing. So if there are no boundaries, there are no boundaries. So you're aware of what's going on. But if there's any boundary, like or a line, a red line you don't have to cross, then we have the problem because then people say, "Oh, why do you draw a line there, but not there, but not with this band?" And then you have to like talk about it all the time. And yeah, that's sometimes it's a big problem. I'm not sure if I have this a very strong opinion on that, but what I can say is that it's annoying to me when, of course, you don't want to have like on your festival a Nazi band, obviously, yeah, Sherlock. So, but when it comes to okay, there's a guy in there who played in a Nazi band when he was 15
Yeah, is he banned for life?
for one demo, and then
Yeah,
so
yeah,
and then people on the internet say he should write a statement that he's not a Nazi anymore because he was in that band 15 years ago. And when you don't write this statement, you are still a Nazi in their eyes. And this is kind of annoying for promoters for bands. And this is a little too much. And this is like virtual signaling all the way because people want to present themselves as better and good on the internet because they call out the bad guys. That's all it is. And this is annoying. I think it could be so easy. Just don't have a Nazi band where they really have Nazi lyrics. Don't have it on your label and on your
when it's
festival.
direct, yeah, when it's
And
directly
that's
obvious.
it. But don't do a background check like what I think it's gone a little too far in the last like 5 or 10 years. It's sometimes it's really ridiculous.
Yeah, not to mention too, it's like are you familiar with the band from the Netherlands, God Dethroned?
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of them. I like all their stuff and earlier stuff a little bit more, but some of their later records, they kind of switched their on two of their like albums like World Ablaze and stuff. They changed their topics like World War One topics, right? So kind of a new topic because Henry, the singer, said he got inspired reading about World War One. So singing about it, no problems, right? But you know damn well, at least I know damn well, if it was a band singing about World War II, I think they're just singing about the topic as a scary topic, they be get labeled Nazis. I'm like, dude, they're not singing it about it in a supportive, hateful manner. They're singing
Yes.
about it because it's a scary historical topic, kind of like Slayer did on Angel of Death, which no one says.
Yes.
But there's some bands that are in the black metal scene that's all they were doing, and they're being labeled that. I'm like, that's bullshit, man. I was like, there's a difference, and you know damn well there is. I was like, you should be able to tell.
Yeah, and this is where the problem starts. Like people who want just into calling bands out, they don't want to look too deep into it. They have
Yeah,
their
no,
bad guys. They say, oh, they are singing about World War II and Nazi
yeah,
symbolism and stuff, and that's all. And
yeah,
then the whole cancellation begins, even though there's no reason for. But the people that, or a lot of people that call out these bands, they are not interested in solving a problem or understanding it right. They are not interested in that, and this is the big problem.
yeah. Agreed.
They just want to present themselves as better, yeah, in the face of the internet, if you will, and that's the biggest problem.
Yeah, agreed. Well, so we got 5 minutes left. Well, just a little over 5 minutes.
Oh
I guess
shit.
yeah, time flies when you're fucking having fun, right? So no, but I think we covered a lot of stuff, but I guess for fans want to know, or like myself, is which is a good thing. You don't want to oversaturate. You guys have any new material? Generally speaking, I don't ask this question because I think it's lame, like, hey, what's in the works? But you guys actually legitimately care. Um, do you guys have like when do you think like because what was it like 7 years in between Sanctimonious and which fine I think it was 7 years, right?
Yes, 7 years,
Do you think
and
it's gonna be 7 years in between? So 2031? Or do you guys but do you have any songs written yet? Or and when do you think you
yes,
do a new album?
we have like 3 ideas. They're unfinished right now. I already wrote some lyrics. but like only 3 songs or so and some loose ideas. But during the interviews for Sanctimonious, I said, no, it won't take that long.
I've
Only
seen
2 or 3 years. Yes, I was
that.
lying, and I guess I'm lying now too. But I try my very best not to have another 7 years because I'm getting old. So in
Yeah.
7 years, who knows? No, we have to hurry up a little, but not rushing through the song material because as like with the last 3 albums, we have to have quality over quantity,
I
and
can honestly say
we will
you're
stick
one.
to that. Yeah.
You guys are one of the very, very few bands, and every band says, "Oh, our newest record's the best." I'm like, no, it's not, dude. You're one of like, I mean, I'm talking less than 5 bands where I think each record is probably better than the last one.
Oh,
Because I
thank
mean,
you very much. That's a good
yeah, because
compliment.
I think the newest record is probably the best. But like, I first heard you when it was just the Invocation, and I loved it. And when Sanctimonious came out, I'm like, I was a little hesitant. I was like, oh, dude, it's probably pretty good. I was like, but there's no way it's gonna be as good as that first record. I was like, you know, it's gonna be. I was like, it's gonna probably be kind of boring, or just they're gonna change it up. And I liked it even more. You know, songs like "Serpent in the Pulpit" and the title tracks, "Sanctimonious" and "There Is No God." Those are my favorite songs ever. On Choir Stalled, I mean,
Hmm.
like that's some of my favorite songs. So I like that album even more. And then the new album, I think I liked that one the best. And that's very, very, very fucking rare. Oh, and by the way, too, if you know anybody, the only thing I don't own is the demo on CD and LP, and I bought it over the summer on Discogs, the LP, for $100, and
Oh,
it never
okay.
and never fucking arrived. Never got it. Lost in the mail.
No.
Tough luck, bro.
Oh shit.
And I don't even care about the money. It's like whatever. But I want a CD and LP. So if you know anybody that has one, like I'll buy it. Like again, I'll pay $100 even for the CD, $100 for the. I don't care. That's cool. It's no big deal. I just want it for my collection. It's the only
Hmm.
thing I don't know, but I want both the CD and the 12-inch for my own
I
collection.
can say I only have one LP for myself, my own
Yeah,
one, but the
yeah.
CD, maybe I can find one. I'm not sure, but that's also a problem. But we want to do a re-release. It's in the pipeline or on our to-do list for like forever. But we will do it. We will do it, but in a proper way. So
Yeah. Is you just gonna have Band Records put that out?
I don't know if maybe yes. From the today's perspective, sure, of course. But if it takes another 5 years or so, if we are finished with that,
Yeah,
I don't know. Who knows? But of course.
yeah. Because I know he's out of Vanna's the second and third album are out of stock because we restocked them several times,
Mhm.
and because ever since especially since I announced the fest, dude, we would get like 30 to 50 of each album. We'd sell out of them in a week. And I told
Wow.
Sven and the guy packing, I was like, we need more. He's like, we only have
Mhm.
some invocations left. So as of right now, the last email I sent him, I was like, we'll just send the invocations then. I think he says he has LPs only, no CDs, all three. And
Yeah,
20,
that's right.
I was like, send me 20 of the splatters and 20 of the golds, like another 40 of those. That was a couple days ago. I haven't heard back, but I was like, yeah, we need them. And I was like, if you're, and I offered, I was like, if you're not going to repress them, I was like, I would love for Hells to repress them as a license from them. But I think he said that he is going to repress them. So I was like, if you are, I was like, that's cool. Then we'll just stock them because at this point, ever since talking about it, I was like, we can't keep on the shelves, which is cool, you know,
Yeah, that's a cool thing. But
really cool.
yeah, repress would be nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, we're down the last 60 seconds, but I think we pretty much covered everything until until next goddamn month. I think everybody kind of knows is up to snuff on what to expect. You know, June 21st. You guys a headlining band, your second show ever here in the US. First on the East Coast. We'll see how you like Ohio. And the
And we are excited. We are excited. I can tell you.
yeah, so all you guys get out here. You can meet Cagliostro. See if you can say it better than I can, and the rest of the guys. And yeah, unless you got anything to sign off with, man. If you want anything you want to say or promote, then now's your time.
See you at the show.
All right. See you there later, goddammit. Thanks, man.
Thank you.